Hi, I'm Marnie, and this is Fumble the Dog. And we're really excited to be part of the Tri Delta reading program. I'm going to share with you one of my books from my Football Freddie and Fumble the Dog Gameday in the USA collection. Today, we're going to read my first book, Football Freddie and Fumble the Dog Gameday in Philadelphia. So before we get to this, just a little bit about me. I grew up in Philadelphia, and I was a Tri Delta at Penn State. My mother, Susan, who's an amazing woman, is the first and only female to have ever run a professional football team. She's also my co-author on the book. My grandfather, Leonard Toes, owned the Philadelphia Eagles, and I had, as they say in Philly, a bird's eye view to travel around with my mom and grandfather and see all these great places in our wonderful country. But because I'm from Philadelphia, I decided to write the first book about living in Philadelphia and some of the great history and travel and experiences there. And I'm super excited to share my love for Philadelphia and my love for football with everybody, hopefully tuning in. All right, so Football Freddie and Fumble the Dog, Gameday in Philadelphia. This is dedicated to all the Philadelphia Eagle fans out there, and I know there are many. And what they say in Philadelphia is fly, Eagles, fly. Hi, my name is Frederica, but almost everyone calls me Freddie. I love football. I like to play flag football during gym class and during recess too. I even joined a team. I love to play, but I also love to go to football games. My whole family loves football, so we go to games everywhere. We are super fans. Traveling to football games is a great way to see a city, learn interesting facts about a town, and of course, root for the home team. And this is my trusty companion, Fumble. Yes, he loves football too. Today, Fumble and I are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're on our way to Lincoln Financial Field for an Eagles game. Before we head to the stadium, Fumble and I want to take you on a tour of the city of brotherly love. Come on, let's go exploring. We'll start our tour of Philadelphia at Independence Hall, one of the most important historical sites in America. This is where Ben Franklin helped draft the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America. Let's say hi to Ben Franklin. There's Ben. And in the Liberty Bell, we have some fun facts. Philadelphia was the capital of the United States from 1790 to 1800, while Washington, D.C. was being built. Our next stop is the National Constitution Center. Here we can learn everything about the United States Constitution. Look, Fumble, it's an eagle. The eagle is the national symbol of the United States, and it represents power and authority. Maybe that's why Philadelphia's football team is called the Eagles. The United States Constitution was ratified in 1788, making it the oldest constitution in the world. About 100 yards away from Independence Hall is the Liberty Bell. The founding fathers rang this bell when the Declaration of Independence was signed. The Liberty Bell has a large crack on the side, and it's one of the most famous bells in the world. The Liberty Bell weighs over 2,080 pounds. On our next stop is the home of Betsy Ross. It's believed that Betsy Ross sewed the first American flag in this house. The first American flag contained 13 stars, one for each of the original 13 colonies. All this sightseeing is making me hungry. It's time for a famous Philadelphia cheesesteak. Some people say the very best cheesesteaks can be found at Pat's, while others like Geno's. The only way to be sure is to try them both. We could also go to the Reading Terminal Market and see what the farmers have brought in. What do you want to eat, Fumble? Cheesesteaks, soft pretzels, black cherry soda. That was my routine when I was growing up. There they are at the Reading Terminal. Opened in 1893, the Reading Terminal Market is the oldest operating farmers market in the United States. And I prefer Pat's, just for the record, over Geno's. When William Penn named the city in 1682, he called it the city of brotherly love because he wanted everyone he loved to be loved and accepted. I sure feel the love in Philadelphia, Fumble. How about you? Philos in Greek means love, and Adelphos means brother. Philadelphia. Our next stop is the Philadelphia Art Museum. Did you know that this museum was built to celebrate the 100th birthday of the Declaration of Independence? Talk about a birthday present. Come on, Fumble, I'll race you to the top. Phew, climbing all 72 steps is exhausting. It really makes you want to throw your hands up and cheer when you reach the top. So we can do that. That's what Rocky did. Can't, just like that. You feel like a real champion. Our last stop is the Franklin Institute. Philadelphia is also known for being home to many famous scientists, like Ben Franklin. He discovered electricity by flying a kite with a key on it during a thunderstorm. But don't try that at home. Do not. Look, Fumble, we made it to Lincoln Financial Field just in time for today's big Philadelphia Eagles football game. What an exciting place on game day. It takes a lot of work to host a football game. You need police, security, parking attendants, food vendors, cheerleaders, coaches, football players, ticket handlers, and the most important part, the fans. Our first stop in the stadium is always the concession stand. The Philadelphia Eagles' first season was in 1933. There's a great place that you can get what they call crab fries in Philadelphia at a restaurant called Chicky and Pete's, and they have them at the stadium, and they're really delicious. Let's get to our seats, Fumble. It's almost game time. It's a tradition to begin a sporting event with the singing of the National Anthem. Fumble, look at that enormous red, white, and blue flag waving on the field. Don't forget to put your paw on your heart, Fumble. The Star-Spangled Banner is the U.S. national anthem and was written by Francis Scott Key in 1814. Finally, it's time for some football. The Philadelphia Eagles are wearing their famous green uniforms with eagle wings decorating their helmets. Check it out, Fumble. The Eagles kicker just made a field goal. That's 3 more points for the home team. What they say, fly, Eagles, fly. A football field is 100 yards long and 53.5 yards wide. Cheering in a stadium filled with Eagle fans is so much fun. We're number 1, Fumble. Looks like it's halftime. They're holding a special ceremony on the field for all the brave Philadelphia servicemen and women. They're also number 1. A football game has 4 15-minute quarters. The break in the middle is called halftime. The Eagles played a great second half and won the game. Everyone is cheering for the home team. Fly, Eagles, fly. It's been a fun day in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We visited so many cool places in the city, and we saw a spectacular Philadelphia Eagles game. I wonder where our next football adventure will be, Fumble. Join us on our next adventure and another great football city. And like Freddie always says, XOXO. And then this is my mom. It's my mom and me, and that's my mom, and that's me, and that's my grandfather and me, and a little bit about us. So I'm very proud of my mom. She's an amazing advocate and leader for women in business and young girls, knowing we could do anything, whether it's writing books, being lawyers, which she's also a lawyer, and doing incredible things just to be philanthropic. And remember, my grandfather would always say, civility is not a sign of weakness. So thank you for joining us on our tour of Philadelphia. It's a great city. And if you can't get there physically, then you can certainly pick up Gameday in the USA, Football Freddie and Fumble the Dog, Gameday in Philadelphia, and feel like you're there. So thank you.